welcome to the final whistle. It's the Monday night relegation battle at the King Power Stadium then. Results have gone our way this weekend. Forest losing late on. Leeds got a battering at Bournemouth, and Saints losing to Newcastle. Big game, a massive game, and it's a must-win. No, nothing less this one. I'm joined by Div Dogs. He's an Everton supporter, so it'd be nice to him. Sportsaw, you'll know Sportsaw if you're a Leicester fan. Great channel. Go and check out all Sports' channel, and go and check out Div Dogs as well. I'll get them to shout out their channel before we start. But yeah, this one is the match preview then. It's Leicester versus Everton in the Premier League. 18th versus 19th. And what a big game we've got on our hands. Guys, as always, hit a like on the stream for me. Really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Please hit the subscribe button. Before I get my guests in, let's get the comments in. Hello, James. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Carmen, hello. Yo, Tyler. How are you, mate? Eddie Bob, evening. Leicester 2, Everton 0. Mayon, the Silver Fox, hello. Terrence, how are you, mate? Let's repeat the Leeds away atmosphere. Take your scarves. Yep. I think we need that. I hope Leicester win 2-0. Leicester needs to keep the first clean sheet, and Forest, Leeds and Southampton all lost. And if Leicester can win, we can go to 16th on 32 points. It's in our hands. It is in our hands. And yeah, we can't overlook Everton despite their recent results. But let's get the lads in. Sportsaw, how are you, mate?
Not too bad, Jake. Jack, sorry. How are you doing yourself?
I'm all right, Sportsaw. Let's get the opposition fellow mating of ours, Div Dogs.
Yes.
How are you, Sean?
Here we go. I'm all right. I'm very nervous, but I'm reasonable.
Reasonable. Right, Div Dogs, welcome to the channel, mate. You're the opposition tonight. And what do you do on your channel, pal? Give it a shout out.
On my channel, I do match day vlogs, and at times, depends the very rarity of either when I go on holiday or any other, but I can do other vlogs when I go out, but mainly the football content, like football match day vlogs of Everton, non-league, and just any other team, really, that I can get to, because I just love promoting football and getting it out there.
Oh, good, oh, good. Go and check out Div Dogs. Is it 04, is it?
Yeah, Div Dogs 04. I should have put that on there, but yeah, Div Dogs 04.
Div Dogs 04 on YouTube. Go and check him out. Sportsaw, shout out your channel, pal. Tell me everything you do Leicester related, mate.
Yeah, you can find me at Sports on YouTube, Leicester Matchday vlogs, previews, reviews, transfer news as well in the summer. So yeah, if you could go and subscribe to that, that would be massively appreciated.
Hello, Mayan lads.
Go and check out both channels. The Fire Dragons, thoughts on Kane on possible transfer to Man United. Josh, thoughts on that? Will it happen?
I think he needs to leave Spurs first of all, but I don't. Obviously, United need a striker, but yeah, I think it'd be a good sign for him. But I don't know if he'll go.
Sean, what do you reckon to that one then? Kane to Man United.
It's very, a bit like Josh said, it's very interesting, and you know, Kane, I reckon he should go to, like, I don't know, a Real Madrid, Barcelona maybe, or a Manchester City. Nice one, Chester, Leicester. But yeah, it's like with Kane, he does deserve a better club, because the way Tottenham are, got to feel sorry for the fans, although, you know, we're even worse than our state, Everton.
I agree. Sean, talk to me about your first love for Everton then, and how it was, and how it is being an Everton supporter then, mate.
Oh, being an Everton supporter is hard, absolutely hard. You know, we can not win anything at times. And it was all right. And we all thought it was hard about 10 years ago and all that. But it's got a lot worse. And now I should know the definition that it wasn't as hard as we all made out to be in the past. And it's a lot harder now in the position where we are. I got to support Everton just because I went to the first game as an Everton fan. And I always liked Everton. I was saying to my dad Everton before he even took me to a game. I loved it. And since then, I've become an Everton fan. It's been hard, but that's part of the football journey, I suppose.
Yeah, geez. It's the same being a Leicester fan, isn't it, Josh? The roller coaster, the ups, the downs, and you never know what's going to happen with Leicester City, do you, Josh? You just got to go with it.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's like a year ago since we're playing, Roma away in the Conference League semi-finals, and now we're here. So Yeah, tells you a lot about it.
Mad times. Right, lads. Leicester versus Everton. I mean, this one's a massive game. It's a must-win for both sides. Both sides struggling at the bottom. The results went for us this weekend with Forest losing, Leeds losing, Southampton losing. Results went kindly for Leicester, even West Ham as well. Would you say they're back in it, Josh? Talk to me about your initial thoughts of the results this weekend then.
Yeah, it's all good. I think that's one advantage you can have playing last, but it's all good getting the results. But now we need to go out there and obviously do the business ourselves tomorrow night. But yeah, it's positives. It should give the players an added boost because, if we can win the game, it's in our hands. We can really try and push away. But then again, just like I said, we need to go and get that result ourselves.
Yeah, Div Dogs, what was your thoughts on the results at the weekend then, with the relegation teams losing?
Well, I was very happy with them, including today when Bournemouth beat Leeds 4-1, because I weren't really fussed on a Bournemouth score because before today they were like 8 points clear of us anyway. But I don't know. I didn't really think much of it still because I know for the fact whatever, like, you have a team where have a weekend with all teams that you want to lose, go and lose. And it was like that when Everton played many teams like Tottenham, a bit like last week when we played Newcastle. All the teams, the results, including USV Leeds, was 1-1. The results was in our favour, and we just gone and bottled it all the time. And overall, I've still got to be happy with it. Like I have been. I've been more happier because it could have been worse. They could have won, and it could have been well out of our reach. But tomorrow was a true decider.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's nice for when results go for you, Josh, isn't it? But you've got to get the job done yourself, hasn't it, Josh? We can't keep looking at other teams expecting them to lose. We've got to go and do our own thing, haven't we, Josh, if we are to get out this relegation battle?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. I think tomorrow just comes. I know everyone's saying it, but tomorrow is so big, and I think that this is going to decide it, really. Because obviously, yeah, if Leicester lose and Everton win, there's still a chance we can escape. But realistically, this is the one, and we've got tough games after it as well. So yeah, this is it really on this game, cup final, really.
Yeah, it's good. It's a cup final. There's 5 cup finals left. I'm sure Everton fans could say the same.
Definitely 100%.
It's a massive game for both clubs. Both sides need the 3 crucial points. I'm sure both will go for the win. We both can't drop any more points now, and I think that's where we look at it with Leicester, isn't it, Josh? We beat Wolves. We could have beat Leeds. I mean, it was a game that we wanted to win, but a point which looked good enough for us on Tuesday night didn't in after the game with the other results after that. But what was your initial thoughts on Leeds, Josh? It was always going to be a tough game, wasn't it? And I think Leeds really made it difficult for Leicester and really could have won it late on.
Yeah, I don't. It's interesting to be fair because when I was there, I actually thought coming out of the ground it was a good point. But then when you actually look at it, Leeds aren't very good at football. So they've lost the last 4 before that. Got battered by Bournemouth today. So to be fair, it probably wasn't a good point. We probably needed to get the win, obviously. But yeah, I think if Leicester would have lost that game, and if he would have lost that game in the 93rd minute or whatever to Bamford, if he could learn how to shoot, I think we'll be coming into this game with far less confidence. So I think with the way we got back into the game and the way we got the goal, I think that gives Leicester a bit more of a plus going into obviously tomorrow night.
Yeah, 4 points like the last 2 is fantastic.
Yeah,
Sean, how is away form treated you this season in the Premier League? Someone said you've only won 1.
Yeah, it's the per usual. It's like last season it was like last season because last season before we played yous, we hadn't won since August, played yous in the April or the May, and we beat us 2-1. Something similar this year, very similar, although I think I'll have a different outcome overall. I didn't steal a week, but I do at the same time now. But overall, away form is just awful, really, and it always has been, especially off and on throughout the years. There's no stopping it. I mean, most teams struggle away from home at times, but it really does need to change.
Yeah, home form's definitely key when you're in a relegation battle. We've got to show fight, passion, commitment tomorrow night. We've got to be that 12th man. We've got to let Everton know they're in for a game. We can't overlook Everton despite all the results. I mean, Newcastle in their last home game where they fell apart in the second half. Everton hasn't really had a great season. I mean, sacking Frank Lampard, bringing Sean Dyche in. I'm going to come to you with this one, Sean. Thoughts on Everton's season, mate?
I don't know. It's just like the same as last season, really. Although it sounds weird to think this season, I reckon Everton played better in a way than we did last season. But the fact is, it's a bit closer, especially towards bottom of the league than last season. And also, it's just, I don't know, because we've got more points than we had this time last season, but it's still rubbish. And we've still had a rubbish season, no doubt about it. That's the only way to explain it, because where we are, 19th in the league, 28 points, I think, it's just a poor season again. And we never invested as much, which you'd expect due to financial fair play. And we've still got financial fair play. Overall this season, I just think it's been a calamity. I reckon, as well, with the board, they promised us to sign a striker. That never happened. And we recalled Ellis Sims, and that just wasn't a good enough option, as I think. Should have got someone else in who is experienced.
It's not been good for you lot up front, obviously, since selling Richarlison to Spurs, which he was massive key striker for Everton. Scored quite a lot of goals for Everton.
Yeah, well, definitely. Especially
he's a big miss, isn't he, Sean?
Yeah, hit and miss, especially when we're the lowest scorers in the 92. Even when the season's ended in that league, we're still the lowest scorers, which is just bizarre, really.
Yep. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? Let's get behind the lads for the last 5 games. Come on, Josh. We haven't kept a clean sheet since West Ham away before the World Cup. I mean, are you confident we can get one tomorrow night, Josh?
No, there's absolutely zero chance of getting a clean sheet.
You just will.
Maybe. I think if we're going to get one, now's probably the chance. But yeah,
definitely.
I don't know, when's the last time we've not... I think, obviously, conceding 1 to Leeds was quite good, because usually we concede about 2 or 3, don't we? But yeah, I don't think we'll get one, but if we could, it would be a miracle. But yeah, I'll take it.
We bloody need it. Let's have a look at the Premier League stats. Played 33. Leicester's won 8. 6 for Everton. Draws 5 to 10. Let me move that way. 20 to 17 in losses. 18th versus 19th. How crucial is this game then, being an Everton fan, Sean, tomorrow night?
Extremely crucial. This is our last chance. If we lose this, then Leicester go 4 points above us. And then there's not really much hope by Nottingham Forest or Leeds results. And even then, we shouldn't rely on that. And our goal difference has been affected because we keep conceding goals ourselves. And especially while Leeds are doing it themselves as well, conceding loads of goals. Then it's our chance really to stop conceding goals, start getting a few points, and then going above Leeds. But overall, it's very crucial because Leicester, if we win them, we go above Leicester, don't we? We go above yours. But if we lose yours, then we're 4 points from safety with about 4 games left, and it'll be very hard.
What's the run-in looking like then, Sean, in the next 5 games? Who do you play?
So our next game is tomorrow against Leicester. And then we've got Brighton a week later, Brighton away, which is tough, especially because they just beat Wolves 6-0. And then it's Man City, Wolves away. Man City home, Wolves away, and Bournemouth at home. And Bournemouth are in form as well. So it's a tough one.
How many points do you think you'll get out of the next 5 games?
Completely honest, I reckon about, off the top of my head, 2. Hoping, even with the predictions that I've done before, the last few weeks, I would have said about 6, but I don't see us winning a game. I don't.
Where did you expect Everton to finish, Sean, at the start of the season? What was your actual prediction for Everton?
My actual prediction, I used as like a scoreboard calculator, but that doesn't really matter because you just put the scores in and that doesn't do what you do off the top of the head. Overall, I thought we'd finish around that point. Between 18th, between 18th and 12th, anywhere between them. I thought we could have had a better season, but finished a little higher, but we just haven't, and it's just still as poor as it was last season.
Yeah, you might laugh. I put Leicester top 7, Josh.
No, I wouldn't laugh. I wouldn't laugh because you had the expectations, and you did, and you were finishing like 5th and all that, and then you were finishing all that in the conference, but. The way I found mad about Leicester is when you're in the top 4 all season for 2 seasons in a row and then bottled on the last day. It's just mad.
Yeah, it's bloody madness, isn't it, Josh? How crucial is the Everton game, Josh, as a Leicester fan then? I mean, we're on Leeds' tails, Forest's tails, 1 point, splits it. I mean, how big of a game is it tomorrow night, Josh, at the KP?
Yeah, it's massive. I'm looking at our run and it's pretty tough as well. So we've got Liverpool at home, trip to Newcastle, Fulham away, which ain't easy. So yeah, it's massive. It's massive for both teams. Both of us don't have a good running at all, and I think Leicester are slightly favourites because we're at home. But then again, at home this year have been awful. But yeah, it's a massive, massive game. Just like I said, I think this will probably decide what goes on. I think Southampton are obviously pretty much done. Leeds are pretty much done as well, I think. Then I think it'll be between us, Everton and Forest. So yeah, huge.
Is it 5 home wins for Leicester in the Premier League, Josh? Is it now?
Yeah, probably even lower than that, I think.
Tottenham beat Forest, beat Leeds,
Wolves. Yeah, I think it's 4, isn't it?
beat Wolves. Is it? It's 4 or 5, isn't it? I mean,
4,
we 4. But then we have to include, obviously, Newport game in the cup.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the relegation table then, boys. 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. I mean, Sean, talk me through this one then. How close is it, mate?
It's very close. Could put West Ham in there, but at the same time, I think they're safe. But you never know till the end of the season. But it's a very close one, and that's the best way to explain it, how close it is. Like 5 games left for us, but after tomorrow it'll be 4 games. And it's just by a point. And that is quite worrying. Especially with Everton 2 points, Leicester by 1 point. And then it's just, it can go anywhere between all these teams, including Southampton. If they pick up a bit of form, they could get out of it.
Josh, it's gone from 9 teams to 5 teams. Palace were in it at 1 point. Wolves were in it. They were talking about it. It's one of the biggest relegation battles in Premier League history, Josh, with 9 teams in it. I mean, it's now gone to 5. Yeah. It's really close now, isn't it, Josh? And a point splits quite a bit of it.
It's crazy. I don't know why people went on about the 19 things for so long there, because I was like, well, it's like 10 games left. There's always going to separate a bit. But yeah, it's been quite close in recent years. I think this, obviously, last year was a bit close, but I think this year's even closer. But yeah, that's what I mean. Just as Sean said, there's points in it, and it's going to come down to points. Could come down to goal difference as well. It's going to come down to the final game. So yeah, it's just so tight, and it's impossible to really predict it, because anyone could beat anyone. You saw Southampton go in front against Newcastle. Obviously, they lost in the end. Forest beat Brighton. So yeah, I wouldn't write anyone out. I know I said Southampton done, but just as Sean said then, if they pick up a few, even a win and a draw, they're going to be quite near as well. So yeah, impossible to really see how it's going to end up.
I'm sure we'll beat Everton according to Skin. Southampton are down according to Ethan. They've still got Fulham, Brighton, and Liverpool.
Sure.
Tricky games. They've got Forest, haven't they? Southampton in the next game.
Yeah.
Don't know what we'd want on that one.
Do you feel, boys, that whoever wins this game stays up?
Yeah.
Is that the initial thought, Sean?
Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know. If we win, I still don't know. Leicester win, then yeah. But if Everton win, I still don't know, really. Because, we've still got some tough games, and whether we win or not, the team's still not good enough.
Yeah, agreed. Josh, what about you, mate? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think so, because most teams around us seem to have very tough run-ins. Southampton, Everton, I think we all do. So I can't really see many teams picking up more than 2 wins, if that, really. So yeah, I think this is it, really. That's what I think. If Leicester can win this and get maybe 1 more win, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, I think this, if we can get the win here, probably pushes on.
Guys, if you're watching, get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. You haven't subscribed already. Go and check out Josh at Sports On. It should be that way, not the other way. We've got Sean down the bottom. DivDogs04, go and check out their YouTube channels. They'll do both good content and all good stuff. Everton on paper should be favourites for their last game, because Bournemouth will be on the beach. You'd think after today's result they are safe. We are a magic club, so anything can happen. Yeah, you don't know what's going to be bloody pulled out of the bag with Leicester, do you, Josh?
Yeah, could be absolutely anything tomorrow. Could be 4-0 or lose about 3-0, can't we? So yeah.
Yep. Let's have a look at the Premier League head-to-head. 33 played, 7 wins to Leicester, 11 wins to Everton, 15 draws. Surely not a draw.
Could be a draw. Could go anyway. I'd say. I still think one team will win, but it will be close and it'll be either team.
Yeah, there's no golden ball splitting, stealing tomorrow, is it, Josh? It's all steal and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was speaking to you before. I don't know. We both think draw, don't we? I don't know. Something just tells me it might be a narrow game. I don't know why. There's been so many goals this week. I don't know. I don't know why, but something tells me 0-0.
Hopefully, West Ham have a Europa final to play. Could work in our favour.
Yeah.
Yes, madness. They could be on the beach by the end of the season. West Ham.
Yeah.
The next one they're going to talk about, lads, last time out at Goodison Park, it was bonfire night, and what a cracker by Yuri Tielemans. Well struck from a Barnes assist, just lifted it up and smacked it into the top corner. We asked for a banger, Josh, and we got one as the fireworks were going off. And then your Harvey Barnes, he scored in that game as well. A very good performance by Leicester, wasn't it, Josh? We're a decent run of form then, weren't we, Josh, before the World Cup?
Well, probably one of our best performances of the season, I think. My best away there as well. I loved it. But, yeah, I think everyone was on it, really. Even Danny Ward was doing quite good then. But, yeah, I thought Maddison absolutely ran the show that night, and that's going to be the key if we're going to get a result tomorrow. Obviously, Yuri, again, got denied a banger against these. We could need something special just like that to lift us tomorrow night. But, yeah, I think if we can play like that, I think we'll be fine. We just need to try and run the game a bit and dominate. I think that's the key to success, really, and just keep attacking. And I think that's exactly what we need to do tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think Patson Daka missed some sitters that game, Josh,
Yeah,
one-on-one. I thought we played really well, dominated quite most of the game, scored 2 good goals. What was your thoughts last time out then, Sean? Obviously, didn't go in Everton's favour, I'm afraid, but what was your initial thoughts on the defeat to Leicester back in November?
I just think he's the better side. I reckon Everton had spells in the game where we were good but couldn't put our chances away. But Leicester, we did deserve the win. They were on top. And it could be a similar show tomorrow. It'll be a close one. Both teams will have the chances, but I reckon it'll be the usual for Everton, where Everton have the chances but just don't take them. And Leicester will, and they'll take theirs. So, yeah.
Before we talk about the last 5 at the KP, Sean, talk to me about last time out against Newcastle, last game in the 4-1 defeat. Could have been 5 or 6. Talk to me about that game initially. You had chances.
Absolutely awful. We had our chances. We had our chances throughout the game. Couldn't take them, and we scored when it was too late. 3-1 down. Scored directly from the corner, and it took literally from kick-off. Newcastle passed it straight to Isaac, who went in and assisted the goal within a few seconds afterwards. But overall, I just thought Everton. I think we played all right for 60 minutes. Our fans say we played brilliant. I wouldn't say brilliant. We played all right, but Newcastle were onto it. But you expect that from Newcastle. They're a fantastic side. A bit like today. I think Anthony Gordon's just shite. It proved that today when he got took off the pitch. Simple as that. He got took off the pitch at half time. Callum Wilson scores on. Callum Wilson comes on, scores 2, gets a disallowed goal, and it's the crossbar at the end. But overall, I think Newcastle are a fantastic side, and there's no real shame to losing them. And against Palace, I thought Everton were all right against Palace. I thought that's when we had the good game. But I don't know. I think Everton have something in them. Whether or not we'll take that and we'll actually show how much effort that we should be putting. Because that team on paper isn't bad, but they are playing bad.
What's Damari Gray been like for Everton, Sean? I mean, we came to you a lot from us. What's your initial thoughts on Damari Gray?
I think he's inconsistent. I think he can have his good games, but far too many times he goes for a long-range screamer. He scores a few times, just good like the Arsenal one against Man City, but most of the time he just goes over the bar, runs into opposition players or gets a shot blocked. I think Damari Gray's a good player, don't get me wrong. He's been our best player since all this shite happens and Rafa Benitez and all that, but I still think he's a bit too greedy, and that's his problem.
Div Dogs, are you going to the game?
Yeah, of course. Of course I am. Can't wait. But
Josh Damari Gray.
Yeah.
scored a good goal against Cardiff, which we thank him for his time at Leicester. Obviously, after a tragedy in that, we can't fault him for that. With the goal that he scored, it was an emotional goal. But talk to me about Demarai Gray's initial career at Leicester, Josh. How did you think it went, mate?
Yeah, I think the same as what Sean said earlier. It's inconsistent. I thought, to be fair, it probably goes against the trend, but he was one of my favourite players. I did used to like Demarai. I thought he was. I don't know. I just like how direct he was, really. But yeah, it's one of them, really. I think he showed flashes. He showed flashes off the bench. He got to start the next game, and then did absolutely nothing, and that cycle kind of repeated itself. So yeah, I obviously started quite well at Everton, didn't he? But yeah, it's a similar story throughout his whole career, really. Just I don't know if he's there to be starting consistently, and he just can't seem to really do it on the week in, week out basis.
Yeah, agreed. Last 5 Premier League games at the KP, we've won 2. Everton have won 3. I'm going to ask you both this one. Memorable Leicester versus Everton game you have been to. Sean, we'll start with you. Most memorable Leicester v Everton game.
I'd say the 4-2 win Everton had. Then we were like 2-0 up in the first few minutes, whenever it was, when Lukaku, I think, scored in the first, and Tom Davies scored like the 4th, whenever it was. It was something like that, or it was the opposite way around, I don't know, but I think that was one of the best ones I went to. Like, it was a fantastic game, that.
Yep. Josh, memorable Leicester Everton game.
Yeah, there's only one in there, really. Going back a few years when we obviously lifted the trophy, but yeah, it's got to be that, hasn't it? It has to be. We played well as well.
Yeah, I'd say that game as well, and then I'll put the VAR one, the second one, Josh.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Iheanacho nicked it late on.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah,
probably said R2-1 last season, but I never went to that, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have put that down, but I never went to it, unfortunately.
The scenes, Josh, in the home end when Iheanacho got the VAR decision.
Yeah, from Leicester under Brendan proper, but yeah,
that was when Brendan were more passionate, Josh.
I know he didn't seem to be right. He wasn't writing down his notes so much, was he, back then? But...
No, a few clapping the hands and that were it.
Yeah, exactly. Much better.
The next one, last time out at the KP, Patson Daka scored for Leicester. And then Holgate and Mikalenko scored for Everton. Sean, talk to me about your last visit to the King Power Stadium, mate. 2-1 win.
That kept us up, didn't it? Because all we needed was that win. We did. If we would have lost that, especially more than drawing that, we were down if we would have lost that game. So that win kept us up. And it was a fantastic win. That was the only time Mikalenko had a good game. That's the one and only game Mikalenko's ever played well in. Overall, I wish we can do that again tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. We need to do it tomorrow like that.
Jamie Vardy won last dance.
Yeah, I reckon he could, you know.
It's happening.
I reckon he'll score. He'll score the minute, I bet you.
Yep. Your fans were amazing last season when they come to the King Power. Sangl game got right behind the team, didn't they, Josh? The Everton fans.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. I think that's what we need to do tomorrow as well. We need to be right behind the boys, be that 12th man, and I think that can really push us on. But yeah, it's gonna be a good atmosphere. I'm sure the Everton fans are going to bring us sold out as always, so they'll be loud and proud, and that's what we need to be as well.
Yep. Next one, we do this on the channel, and it's foot in both camps. Josh, Gary Lineker, mate.
Yeah, the main man. Yeah, obviously before my time, but yeah, Leicester legend, of course. Big at the Walker's Crisps, and yeah,
big up the salt and vinegars and all that. But no, Lineker, legend, Mr. Leicester. Great player back in his day for Barcelona, Everton, Leicester, England as well. Sean, Jermaine Beckford.
I reckon he was all right for us. I don't think he got given the opportunity. I remember that goal he scored against Blackpool, and I think there was one where he scored against Chelsea. That was good. And I think he should have got given a better opportunity with us, to be honest.
Yep. Josh, the Mr. FA Cup man, Jermaine Beckford, talk to me about his career at Leicester.
No, he was good. One of my first strikers I can remember playing for Leicester. So yeah, he's always seems to pop up with a goal now and again. Very reliable. So yeah, big up.
Michael Keane, Div Dog.
Oh, I've got mixed opinions on him, to be honest. I think he's awful defensive wise, but he's very good attacking wise. I reckon he'd suit a midfielder role or attacking midfielder. Sounds stupid, but I actually reckon he would. He's got some strength. He's got a good shot on him. However, his defending's woeful. Simple as that.
Yeah, he did okay at Leicester. Michael Keane on loan. The next one, Yakubu. Josh, what a career Yakubu had on loan at Leicester. I mean, the man with the celebration. I mean, him and Sol Bamba had a great connection, didn't they? Him and Yakubu. I mean, Sol Bamba used to run from the defence up to the front with Yakubu, and you scored a few goals, you know. But talk to me about Yakubu. How big of a threat was he at Leicester, Josh, when they were on loan? Scored some great goals.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And you know, the link up between them going forward was good. I gotta be honest, don't really remember too much, but yeah, decent little player, wasn't he?
Yeah, the goal against Derby will always be remembered. Div Dogs, Yakubu.
I don't know much about him, but overall, I've heard that he was all right at Everton. He was reasonably good.
Yeah. Next one, Marcus Bent. Did all right at Leicester, to be fair.
I don't even know much about him either. I don't know.
Don't have a clue.
I think it was before our time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be a few years older than you, so I might just remember Yakubu and Marcus Bent. But yeah, Marcus Bent did okay at Leicester. Damari Gray. Who wants to pick up on Damari Gray then?
Go on, Sean, mate. You love him.
I think he had an alright career at Leicester, but at Everton, a bit like we said before, he's either injured or he's just trying to pop off a miracle shot. I think he can be alright, like, but I don't know. Yes, Kaysen. But yeah, I think Damari Gray can still be a good player, and he's younger than we all think. He still could have it in him. All he needs is like a spark. It's his pace. He's got pace. He's all right. He can get up the field. He just needs his finishing boot on a little bit, and then he'll be a very good player. Like, if he's not as greedy as well, if he tries to set players up, you know what I mean. Needs to work on his set pieces. Don't know why Everton still have him on them.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of an ego at Leicester, didn't he, Josh? Damari Gray.
He'll probably score tomorrow night, won't he? But
oh bloody hell, here we go.
I remember when he was on set pieces for us, weren't he? Shocker.
Yeah, he scored a decent goal. I think it were against Derby, was it? In the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's quite good, yeah.
Right, we'll start with you, Div Dogs. The Everton's team selection, mate. What do you reckon? Does Damari Gray start?
Probably, yeah. I'd fit him in. I'd say obviously Pickford. Defenders, I'd put Cody back in because Michael Keane's been dodgy the last few games at the back, and I'd just put Keane and even Holgate. I'll try Holgate again. Why not? Because he always scores against us. So I'd have. But now when I've said that, he'll score an own goal now. But I'd say Pickford, Tarkowski, Cody. Right back, I'd actually put Holgate in that position because he's played it a few times. Left back, I don't even know because Vinagre's injured. But he played like for 40-odd minutes, if that.
Is Seamus Coleman back for you?
Mikalenko is poor. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I'd have to fit Mikalenko in because otherwise we wouldn't have, a good enough side. I'd say Godfrey could go. Like, I put him on the bench. Get Ben Godfrey. He can be an alright bench player, but when he starts, he's awful. Midfield, the usual like Onana. Obviously, put James Garner instead of just Garner Gay because that Garner Gay's been awful. I put Damari Gray McNeil. And I would try and potentially put 2 players up front.
Yep.
Because Calvert-Lewin, from what I've seen against Newcastle, I thought he's done all right. He's always offside, which is frustrating. But from what I've seen against Newcastle, he was all right. Calvert-Lewin. The problem is what he needs another supporting striker like he had when Richarlison was there, because it was him and Richarlison up front who was actually really good. Or we need like a player like Lucas Digne who can go up and cross it in on the wing side.
Yep.
Instead, we've got no one to do that. Everyone just can't cross. I'd maybe put Nathan Patterson in because he's got an all-right cross on him and he can put a ball in, but he needs to use that ability as soon as possible, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. Josh, we'll go through the Leicester team. We'll obviously go Iverson in goal.
Yeah.
Are we going back 4 tomorrow, Josh, do you reckon? We'll stick with the
Yeah,
same
I think it's got to be back 4, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Christensen, Castagno, Fass, and Seon-Shu.
Yeah. Agreed.
Are we going to stick with Samora and Tillemans, Josh?
I don't know. I think Samara Tillemans, yeah. I just don't know if we had. I don't know if we put another midfielder in there. Obviously, Kelechi's out injured, isn't he? So
Kelechi and Nasser's injured.
Yeah, he's pulled up against Leeds last time out. So yeah,
Ooh.
I don't know if Dewsbury should play. Just for his pressing, really. I think he sets the tone with that. So I'm not sure. It's tough.
We need 2 up front, don't we? To with Daka and Vardy, surely. We could go 4-2-4. Daka, Vardy, Barnes, and then where do you play Madison, Josh? I mean,
it's pretty sticky on the right, don't you? I don't think Tete should play.
Tete. What's your actual initial thoughts on Tete, Josh? He were awful against Leeds. He hasn't been seen since Aston Villa away when we were all hyping him up as this next Brazilian masterclass.
He's not solid as a dream, didn't he? But I thought against Wolves he wasn't as bad. He seems to be running at people a bit more, but I don't know. He just doesn't look the same player against Villa. He's no confidence. Just doesn't really seem to be linking up well. He just seems lost for ideas when the ball comes to his feet as well. So I don't think he should be starting. He could be better as an impact sub potentially, but even then, I'd say.
Yep. Last one is score prediction.
Ooh.
Who wants to go first?
2-1 either team. Hard to say. 2-1 either team. That's all I'm going to say. It's a tough one.
Yeah. It is tough.
Any particular goal scorer for Everton then, Sean?
I don't know.
Damari Gray winner at the KP.
Yeah.
That could be getting in the stars, but nah, I don't know. I think in my head, it's 2-1 Everton's been shouting off for ages, but now at the moment it's 2-1 Leicester instead. Because for ages it's been 2-1 to Everton. That's been in my head, but out of the blue, I think 2-1 Leicester. I don't know why. I think Vardy will score quite late on about the 80th minute, and I reckon Everton will go 1-0 from a corner. I reckon Tarkovsky will score or something like that. But then I reckon Leicester will score about the 60th and 80th minute, and unfortunately win 2-1. But good for you, But overall, I do slightly edge 2-1 Leicester, but it'll be 2-1 either team.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Josh, score prediction, mate?
Oh, it is tough. I think with my head, I go 1-1. That's me being quite negative. But you know what? Let's say 3-1 Leicester. I think Everton will score. I think we'll take the lead, and then Everton will pin us back just before half time. And second half, we'll grab the 2 goals. I think goal scorers. I fancy Tillemans banger. It's coming. And then for Everton, I'll go. I agree with Sean. I'll score from a corner, and then I'll say Vardy to get 1, and maybe Leicester will score from a corner. Maybe Sunchu will score his final goal for us. That would be nice. So I'll go 3-1.
Yeah, Tillemans did score a banger against Leeds, Josh. Could have been a different game if that one went in. Exactly. Guys, get your score predictions in and let me know which way you think the Everton game's going to go. Very big game at the KP. Maine's gone 2-0. My head says draw, but my heart says 3-1. So I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with Damari Gray to score for Everton. I'm going to go for Jamie Vardy to score, Patson Daka, and Yuri Tillemans. 3-1 to us. Sean, thank you for coming on, mate. Quickly,
You're very welcome,
before you go,
Josh.
shout out your channel, pal.
Yeah, DivDogs04. I just love to get content out, really, to keep you all entertained. A bit like Josh, because Josh's channel's great, so is yours, Jack. I've watched both, to be fair. So when I don't really watch YouTube often, but when I do watch his. It's on my recommendation list, innit? But yeah, it's good. When Josh has a vlog, I go and watch it. It's good. And same with you. It's should be happy with yourselves and keep it up.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, go check out DivDogs04's channel. Go and check out his match day vlog after the Leicester game. We'll see.
I'm sure it'll be a banger, especially if I'm angry. Especially if you get absolutely hammered.
Cheers, Sean.
You're welcome. See you later, lads.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, mate.
See you tomorrow.
Right then, last comment. 4-0 Leicester. Heart says 2-1. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm a Leicester till I die. No, I'm sure I'm Leicester till I die. Yeah. Josh, massive game at the King Power there for Leicester. Got to win. It's a win and nothing less tomorrow, isn't it, Josh? But it's a big game in the club's history. This one, you'd think, wouldn't you? Monday night, the relegation battle. It's now or never, isn't it, Josh, for the Foxes?
Yeah, this is it. To be fair, this could be a game we look back on in the next 5 or so years, really. So, yeah, this is the one. If you're going tomorrow, make sure to get behind the lads, bring your scarves, and yeah, be that 12th man and look to push the boys on, because it'd be so important. Especially if we get an early goal, we can really push the boys on after that.
Josh, shout out your channel, mate. Tell everyone what you do over on Sportster's YouTube channel.
Yeah, find me at Sportster. I'm going live later on tonight to have a look at this game as well. But yeah, vlogs, previews, reactions as well. And some transfer news over the summer where hopefully we can maybe sign a few more players this time around. But yeah, thanks everyone, mate. Massively appreciated.
Cheers, Josh.
See you later.
That was Sportster. Great to have him on. Great to have Div Dogs on as well to get an opposition view on Everton. Yeah, this one's been a good stream. It's been a good match preview. Really hope you guys have enjoyed the chat between Leicester and Everton. A massive game at the King Power Stadium. A relegation 6-pointer, this one. And yeah, it's going to be big. Bring your scarves. Bring your singing voices. Be that 12th man tomorrow night at the King Power Stadium and get behind the boys and really push them on. Let's get the Leeds atmosphere at the KP. Yeah, I think we need it. Best away crowd noise all season away from home. The Leeds one. The crowd was fantastic. The fans terrific. Let's bring that to the King Power Stadium tomorrow night to really make the King Power a hostile atmosphere and really sing loud and proud. And yeah, let's go and get them 3 crucial points to get out this relegation battle. A win is a must. And yeah, we really need it. What's coming up on the channel then, guys? So we've got the match day vlog tomorrow after the game. Look out for that. We're going to have the Everton review as well. Hopefully it's a positive one, fingers crossed. We'll have the Premier League predictions and all that. We'll have the Fulham match preview as well coming up on the channel. I was at the game yesterday as Leicester City women won 4-0 against Liverpool yesterday. Go and check out that vlog. It's on the channel now. A massive win for the girls as we get at the relegation zone. We're just going to keep building. Arsenal is next for the LCFC women on Friday night. So go and check that out on the FA player and all that. Should be a very good game. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Draw. Hope you beat them tomorrow. We want Everton down. Well, and then he's laughing about it. Well, there we are. Guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Smash a like on the stream if you've enjoyed the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. It'd be much appreciated. And I'm off. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And come on, the fucking Foxes. Take care, everyone. And bye-bye for now.